Well, I think Isaac's pretty funny. What do you think? Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac, for helping us. And, you know, we get a lot of families that help us with the craft as well. So if you'd like to be part of that, to just come with let one of the leaders know at the end of the service. That'd be great. Or maybe let us online know as well how you can participate. Now, speaking of participating, I'm going to have a few volunteers come and help me. Now, I've already asked them kindly, so I've got Theo and Nala. If you can come up here, that'd be amazing. Give it a hand for them both, thank you. Now, I did say before you're going to get a little bit messy. Now, Nala, you might want to put your, good job. Now, as I said, this is about the tabernacle, and Isaac explained it quite well about it being a tent and a holy place. And we're going to basically, through this Energize, I'm going to explain what was the tabernacle, what does it mean for us today, and what did it mean back then as well for the people that were around at that time. So what we're going to do is, what we've done is we've got a bit of a challenge here. So we've got a number of items which we need our helpers here to try and find, because back in the day, what had happened was when the Israelites escaped from Egypt, God wanted them to build a place so that he could dwell there. But God being holy, he wanted the place itself to be holy. And they had to do certain things and do a lot of work to make this place right. And only certain people, believe it or not, could even go in that place. Was the person known as the high priest. So not anyone could just go and visit Jesus, or God, sorry. Not everyone could go and visit God, but they still had to do a lot of work for this to happen. So I made a little challenge. So there's a number of items in here which they need to find, and they only have a certain amount of time to do it. We're going to give them, say, 45 seconds to find it. But the other trick is they've got to work a little bit harder. Okay, so it's not about just finding the items, they've got to find them in the right order. And on the screen, we're going to have a number of items, and there's such a list. I've actually got the list here of things they have to find in the right order. So if you can see on the screen there, the first one is the sheep. And that represents the pure or unblemished sacrifice they needed to bring to the altar of sacrifice. That's just one. The second one they've got to find is the water tube, and that represents the bronze laver where they would wash their hands and feet. The third one was the wax candle, which represents the candlesticks that needed to be burning to provide light. A lot of things they had to do. Number 4, the bread represents the shewbread that was eaten, which represented the 12 tribes at the time. The next one, there's the candle, which represents the altar of sweet-smelling incense that must be burning at all times. And then you've got the fabric, which represents the veil separating everyone from God's holy presence. And finally, number 7, you've got the block, which represents the Ark of the Covenant sitting in the most holy place. There's a lot of things for them to find, but they've got to find it in the right order. So if they pick one out and it's not the right one, they've got to put it back and find it in order. That's why I've got this list to help them. So we're going to put 45 seconds up on the screen. I'd like you guys to encourage them to see how they go. And ready? Your time starts now. Let's go. Let's see how we go. We've got 45 seconds. Got to be the right thing. Remember the sheep. You're looking for the sheep. You're looking for the sheep. Looking for the sheep. That's a sheep. Yep. So you can put the sheep to the side. Put the sheep to the side. Thank you. Now you're looking for the water tube. Theo's still trying to go with the first one. Water tube. We're down to 25 seconds. We're almost at halfway point. Let's go. Can we do it? We need the water tube. Still looking for we've got the sheep. We've got the sheep. We've got the sheep. We've got about 10 seconds. That'll do. Yep, that one's the water tube. Yep, and there you've got the wax candle. You've got about 5, 4, 3. Are we going to find it? And time's up. Oh,
I just got it.
Wow. Well, give them a hand anyway. I think they did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. They did a really good job. What do you think? But they didn't get anything because they didn't actually get to what they needed to. So that's a bit sad. That is. So, but that's all right. You guys tried really hard. Well done. How do you think you went? Good. What do you reckon, Nala? Okay. Oh, hello, Raven. Do you have a question?
Can I have a lolly?
Well, I was going to give them a lolly if they got it, but yeah, because you asked, you can have one. Thank you. You can sit down now. Thank you. That was actually my only spare lolly too, unfortunately. Now, do you think that was fair? I don't think it was fair. Well, see, because they worked all this hard work, and they actually did quite well because there's a lot of slimy stuff in there. They didn't get anything, And Raven just asked for it and she was given something. Because, back in the day before Jesus came, the people had to do a lot of things in a certain order just to maybe get an opportunity to be in God's presence. But when Jesus came and when he lived and died for us, all those sort of rituals and all that hard work, we didn't need to do that anymore. To be in God's presence today, all we need to do is ask. It's a bit like what Raven did then. All she needs to do is ask and she can get that. So if you want to know what it's like to have God in your life, you don't have to do certain things or in a certain order or rituals, all that. You just need to ask. That's all it is.